Whoops. Get the chat filter going here. There we go. We're good. Took that down a little bit. All right. That was nice. Azanti, welcome. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Bingy, bingy, bingy. All right, we got that going. Where's my blue tag? Hey, Joe. Good morning. What's going on, man? Happy Saturday to you. Are you working today? By the by, I'm assuming the answer is yes. Just curious. I may actually do some painting on this before it all comes together, since I can figure out what the fuck is going on with it. Nothing much on my end. Sitting finally in front of my work. Yeah, nice, Joe. Good for you. Good for you. Well, I hope you have a good weekend. Hope you had a good yesterday, and I hope the rest of the weekend goes well. Jubing. The Dendrobium cannon it is. Not today. I'll be doing it tomorrow morning. I'm trying to keep the Dendrobium to Sunday. The last couple of weekends I did it on a Saturday only because I had dance competitions to go to on a Sunday. Morning, Seb. How are you, my friend? How are you feeling? Today we're going to be down here. I'm going to be working on this Airacomet. No, I've been throwing a monkey wrench into it, meaning that I know that I've been kind of working on it on a Saturday. I will be working on it tomorrow, though. Tomorrow's maybe a relatively short episode because I do have a dance competition to take my daughter to, which I'm excited about. I'm really trying to figure out what the hell. I genuinely can't figure this model out. What's that? This is. Sorry, give me 1 second here. I apologize. This is a very early jet called the Bell Airacomet, which it is absolutely probably one of the shittiest models I've ever worked on. Hey, Nick. Good morning. George, remember you're working with plastic paper soft hands on the gift. Yeah. A quiet Saturday night. I like quiet. So I'm working on this guy right here. It's by Special Hobby, which means right now it's already crap. I can understand why the company gets vilified for producing some pretty bad models. Anyway, you know what? I'm a skill modeler. I've been doing this long enough. I can figure it out. I do need the that part. At the nightmares. I remember now. I voted for the quality made. I know. And Nick, last night at our IPMS Patriot meeting, I actually started working on the new Meng Merkava tank that just came out. Wow. Just working on the wheels, looking at the fit and finish on that thing. I know. But rub it in. You know, this is what happened. This is what happened when you have a democracy. See, I just proved the point why democracy's bad. And I hope people understand I'm joking about that. Joking, not joking. Let's leave it at that. The hell is that? Oh, that smell really is fucking brilliant. It's funny when you use a company to say how difficult the kit will be. Next Joe model company explains plans. It's a brick, carve it out. Exactly. Here's a lump of rock. Carve it. Joe. I love democracy. Yeah, exactly. I think I'm starting to forget what it was like. What was democracy like? It's been so long. Oh man, I'm tired. So as the president of our club, I write an introduction called the from the president in our chapter newsletter. Which, by the way, if anybody's interested in reading that stuff, it is available on our website, ipmspatriot.org. You can just go to the newsletter section, and you can see what work our members do. It's nice. It's really, really good. And I love the photography that our editor Pip does. It's great. Anyway, so the last month I put something out about that our meetings are not getting larger, but they're getting more. They're going longer. We start earlier, we go later, and it's been fabulous. But it's like last night, I think we got out of there 11:15, 11:30, something like that. I had to drive somebody home because they had car issues. So by the time I get home, it's like a little after 12:30, which is fine. But it just means that I'm a little bit on the tired side today, and it's been great. I'm not complaining in the end because the meetings are fabulous. Hey, let it flow through you. Embrace the dark side. Exactly. That's kind of what we have. Yeah, that's kind of what we have. Okay. So interestingly enough, it looks like part of this piece was not even close to being molded well, which is brilliant. I mean, I really, for the life of me, cannot figure out. It's telling me to literally glue this to this, like this, with no kind of like positioning. There's nothing that kind of tells you about where you're supposed to be positioned, and then drop that down here. It's like, how are you coming up with this? In fact, let it roll through you. Come to the dark side. We have cookie. I like that, Seb. Nice. Just change over to the vacuum form version. I'm sure it'll just fit. It'll fit just as well. In some ways, probably, because there's a lot fewer parts to put together. Sure, Mr. Cheeto has no dark side powers. Bush Jr. maybe, but more of a Sith Jar Jar. Nice. Joe. Sith Jar Jar. Oh, Lord almighty. Knocking everything over. Should move these solutions away. Decal solution I'm going to leave here. And liquid mask. I will put, well, I suppose I could put with the masks. Okay. Cheese. Cheap, cheap, cheap. I love spring. Is this too small? The Empire's really chill. Empire's really chill. Come over here. Empire's chill. You know you want to play with us. No, actually, I don't. Anyway, anybody, how's everybody's Friday? Anybody got anything special planned for today? It's like we know now what happened to Matilda's father at the end of the movie. Yeah, I think you're right about that. Okay. Hope today to get some good model work done. Hope to get some bad model work done. I don't care. I just need to get some model work done. I got to get something done. I feel like I'm getting to the point where we got one of our members. He's been with the club for forever, like 20 plus years. Lovely guy. And whenever we do introductions, he always goes around and says, "Yeah, my name's Alan. I work. I do all sorts of different things. I start many things. I complete none." And I'm starting to feel like Alan. Starting to feel like Alan. Got out of a kid's birthday party and instead I have two sick. Oh, Lord. I'm sorry to hear that. Literally out of the frying pan into the fryer, right there, Nick. America became so obsessed over being a car nation that we put a used car dealer as president. I think you're giving him too much credit, Joe. I at least can respect the car dealer for what they try to do. Not really, just enjoying the day. Maybe do a stream or playing Minecraft. Nice. Too much idea. Too little. I know. Seb, see, this is why we all need to just be retired. Let's all retire and get to our hobbies. Oh no, I am Dory, kids. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, kids. Yeah. Abdul, I'm well. How are you? I start many things, complete none. Cheers, bro. I drink to that. I didn't mean it to celebrate it. If only. Yeah, absolutely. If only. I know, Seb. I feel, hey, I'm getting every year I get closer, which is the unfortunate thing, because then it just means you're wishing for fewer years. And it's like, I don't want that. I just want to have more time to do the fun stuff. Gotta hair something. All right. Let's see if we can figure this out. I'm not making promises here. I'm gonna be your friend. I like you very much. Okay. Well, that's very nice. So learn to speak, Joe. Thanks. I'm just. Oops, did I miss a statement here? There's nervously a primed orc battalion. Yeah. So learn to speak. Let's see what we got. I'm just gonna see if I can get this bottom piece in. Because honestly, I'm not even sure how this. If that's supposed to. I would like to think it would stop there. Time I reach retirement, the age of retirement should have reached 70. I better start putting more money on the side. Yeah. Well, I'd suggest at the moment holding off, given that the stock market is, I'm not sure how the international market is doing. I can tell you right now, the American stock market is tanking. Assuming this is sort of like the area where, sorry. So I'm trying to put this piece in here, except that there's no place for really to put it. It just says, put it there. Where? So do you put it above? Sorry, guys. Let me do this. Do I put it above, below, next to? I am age 35. Very nice. I don't know, because there's no place that it just says put it there. There is no there, no specific there, which is fine. Like I said, I can figure it out. I just don't want to be fighting this thing. So once I get this thing in, what I may end up doing is pulling out the paints, and at least I'll probably just hand brush the interior and then get this thing kind of getting ready to close it up. This model literally cannot. I think you have to assemble the cockpit inside of the fuselage. My ass said the model design. Yeah, exactly. Another page and see if it shows its placement. Not really. Because again, it's all like that, unfortunately, because now you're all closed up, Nick. It's like it kind of gives you vague positioning, but how the pieces come together there, it's not really showing it, because that's it. Oh, just put that piece here, put this piece up here, drop all of this down here, put this piece in here. All right, do I do that inside of the fuselage? Because if I'm trying to assemble this thing outside, I don't have any way of locating everything. Stupid instructions, yeah. It's only when the plan is not specific enough. Exactly. Which is fine. It's fine. Yeah, early morning here, Nick. Love you too. But yeah, it sucks dealing with sick kids, but I don't know about your spawn mine. Tried to lick windows when they were young. First of all, I every kid has done that, right? Jeez, fuck. Yeah, I fucking love those instructions. Oh yeah, these instructions are just, and again, the runners aren't marked. It's you literally have to go. It tells you get this piece with this number. They're not on the runner, so you have to look at the instruction sheet in order to figure out what that is. One of their models ended up using it as a diorama debris. Yeah, mine too. Every kid does it. Yeah, exactly. And I'm gonna build this model. I'm not lying. In fact, if I really wanted to, I could probably not even build the cockpit. It's gonna be in a flight mode. I could paint the canopy a dark color. You don't see inside the thing, and call it a day. No, I could absolutely do that. In fact, you know what? That's what we got. Oops. Because ultimately what I'm trying to do with this project, I'm looking to make this thing like a bit of a palette cleanser. Just kind of keep it simple, enjoyable. I'm not looking to, I'm not looking to do any kind of like detailing or anything like that. I'm actually just looking to build something to finish it, right? Tune in next year to see the final result. I love you, Nick. I love you in a not love you kind of way, bastard. I hate when people know me so well. Now we'll take this out. Mary Gillis survive, adapt. Yeah, I don't remember the full quote. Yeah, one way or another, though. I think that's what I might just. It's like, yeah, just adapt. And that's the funny thing about it is like, you know, I've been working on stuff enough, especially, more complicated projects. It's not like I can't just. I'll make the plastic do what I want it to do. I'm not going to let it necessarily dictate direction. So I will likely end up maybe just doing that, just like saying screw it. And last night, actually, one of the members said, what's the point in 1/72nd scale? Unless you're doing something really crazy, you're not going to see inside the cockpit. So why put in all that level of detail? I think George goes here. I finished it right out the window. Yeah. Joe, camera pans to the trash can. Exactly. So I don't think he's going to be on today because I think they're down. They're either on the way down or they're in New Jersey. But Austin, who's one of my local guys, he's going to MosquitoCon today, and he did that. He built a Jeep. He hated every moment of it. I think he got like majority done, trashed it, and then a couple of weeks later, he realized I hadn't taken out that recycle bin yet, so he pulled it out, finished it. Did a really good job. Did a really nice job with it. So, yeah, in fact, I think that's probably what we're going to end up doing is I'm just going to check the canopy out on this thing and maybe just do that. Just like hit it with a dark gray and not even bother finishing the inside. Paint the inside like a black and be done with it. Because I'm going to say this in a way that, and I want to make sure the point comes across in a way that it's not meant as look how cool I am because of my backlog. I'm actually, somebody a couple days ago was saying, oh, you're like, how close are you to 700? I'm not. I'm actually close to 800 models in my backlog. And I take it back. It's not the backlog. That's also assembled models. That includes fully completed models. But I cataloged all my models, and I've got about 800. And I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem with is, I want to get to the point where I can maybe do like one of our guys last night said. We brought the step back. One of the things that the Kirk collection, which is this massive collection of models that was donated to us, it's a good place to build something that you may not have gone out of your way to buy in a scale that you might not work in. 1/72nd scale, crazy type of plane. And one of our better builders said that and this guy is world class. He really is. He said, clear back canopy, just enough to tell if the cockpit, but not see it's built backwards. Built backwards. If it goes to the shit, just use it for scrap. Yeah, and that's possible too. I don't generally like to have a model defeat me, so I'm going to probably finish it. I'm just not going to do the interior of it. Just going to say fuck it. I'm going to put it in flight mode anyway, so it's not going to be canopy open or anything. But Richard said that he can complete one of these models in like a weekend. I'm like, how do you do that? He goes, first of all, I don't put the level of detail into it like I do with some of my more important projects. He's trying to do a model a month, and I'm trying to get to the point where I can do one or two of these things in a month, and just keep the skill sharp, have fun because I like the final design, but not necessarily do what I've done with, say, like the Spartan or the GM Cannon, or even the what they call it, the Love Sniper. Every model doesn't have to have that level of finish, or even like the Bat plane or this little tank. You know, I think that's the problem is I typically when I try to take something to full finish, I'm going to do something really exotic to it. And I think I just got to start. I don't need to. It's not to say I don't want to. I'm just saying I just don't need to go that route. Speaking of backlogs, I ended up finding my HG. Yeah. Oh, really? The one from the 90s that I bought on release. Nice. Yes, it does. Yes, it does what, Ray? What did I just say? So I think we are going to do that. We're just going to. Oh, this is fucking brilliant. This thing doesn't even have any locating pins for the fuselage halves. Oh, this is going to be fun. I mean, it's easy enough to do, but shit. Yeah. I think that's exactly what we're going to do. I'm just going to just glue this together and just say fuck it to the interior. I just don't care. Procrastination for the win. Yeah. I hate procrastination though. E, how many do you have in your Warhammer army? How many are in the army? How many have you finished and how many do you have left to go? There's a mood for me. I get on a kick and I could structurally have a model done in 8 hours. Yeah, exactly. Like if I really wanted to, I could do something like that, but it's like I still want the point of it is it's like I don't want it to look like gas. I do want it to look good. Everything has to be perfect. And done to the nines begins chanting 6 month. Yeah, exact 6 month builds. Exactly. I've never wanted to set time goals for myself, but I may end up doing that. Okay, so we're gonna now just say screw it. We're gonna glue some stuff in here, close this thing up, and call it a session. Call it done. Let's get the yes. Just 100 Orky boys left. Just 100 left. Sold most of the other meats. Wow. Wow, dude. Yeah, 6 month build. I'll get back to that at some point. I just got to find the right model. I've been kind of like waffling a little bit. Oh god, the alignment issues on this thing. This is going to be fun. This definitely has some alignment shit. By the way, good morning, Ray. Forgot to say that. What's going on, brother? Waiting for the rivets to dry. Rivets to dry. Yeah. And who knows? I'd rather do that. I'd rather add some rivets to the surface of this thing. I'm not sure I'm going to do it on this plane, but we'll see. What the hell's that? Got an itchiness in here. Sold most of my minis, though. Okay, so we got this kind of put together. Let's get the canopy. The Obi-Wan canopy. They provide two. Why? I don't know. Do camouflage. Trying to figure out why I'm trying to figure out are there differences? They seem to be. Yes, there are differences. Okay. It's the only thing I know how to do. Nice. Opie can opie. Dumped on a ledge. Hello there. Yeah, exactly. We'll do a Greek Star Wars. Hey, oppa! Oof. Oof. That's all I'm gonna say. Oof. I think this thing's gonna need to go in. Oof. Damn kilogram. Okay. I got called. Be right back. Sounds good, Sab. We'll be here. Yeah, we're gonna smoke the glass on this one. Big time. Them Kotobukiya Muv-Love kits are really growing on me, are they? They look pretty cool. I've seen a couple of them. They do look pretty cool. I can't tell. Is this like above, below, left, right? Hey, Peter. Good morning. Yeah, I shit you not. The way this is coming together, honest to God, I can't figure this thing out. We'll figure it out though. I'm gonna cut out the other canopy too. I got more fish yesterday. Hey, congratulations! Better you than me! Yay! I woke up. Don't say that in public, Peter. Remember, they can deport you. I woke up, yeah. Peter, I got kidding aside, I got home last night. What time? Oh Lord. I got home. I dropped off Larry. I got home at 12:30. I think I finally crawled into bed like 1:15. Surprisingly enough, I mean, I snoozed a few times, but I did manage to get out of bed relatively easily. But I'm definitely hurting right now, without a doubt. More fish for my kitten army. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Fish are friends, not food. No. Hey, how's everybody's day tonight? And hey, George, anything new? Just another day in paradise, Bonnie. Another day in paradise. How are you? How are you today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Speaking of kittens, I got them a motorized ball to play with. They figured out how to turn it on. Really, I'm going. I'm assuming that I'm doing great. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah. Cats are smart. Cats is smart. Except the ones that we have. Every morning, every morning. So we got my kitchen is laid out in such a way that I've got a light over a sink, and then I got my stove across the way. So when I go over to the stove carrying something, I've got a light over it, like I said, and it casts a shadow. And one of our cats is there every morning, and the shadow that gets cast, this cat always jumps on. Any light she sees, she just jumps on. So of course I started doing like little hand figures, like little spiders. It just drives her nuts. It's like the best thing ever. It's like the best thing ever. God almighty. There's going to be putty galore. This thing is shit. Fish are friends, not friends. Say the 23 starving kitties. Exactly. That's a fun noise in the middle of the night. Yep. It took my cat about 18 months to figure out the cat door. How do I use this? Are you really that thick? Yeah, I guess they are. I love cats. Okay, this one's gonna work. I'm gonna go with this one, not this one. Fit is still gonna be pretty crap, but we'll figure that out. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely darken a lot of this. And frankly, I'm not even gonna care about the interior. I'm not even gonna bother with it. I'm just gonna paint the inside black and be done with it. I don't really like cats. Really? Oh. So we didn't get cats until the late night. My wife and I had been married for a year, approximately a year and change. Um, and she'd always been allergic to them. And then finally just said, I think we need a pet. And she's like, let's get a cat. It's like, all right, great. And we've had cats ever since. And except that we have 4 right now, which I wish we didn't. I take it back. I love our cats. They're fabulous. I don't wish any of them harm. I enjoy every one of them. But 4 cats is a bit much. But I can't imagine life without a cat now. Use the hall to the cat door to speed trials in the middle of the night. Exactly. Speed trials. These are the same kittens that figured out how to use the smart feeder. Absolutely monsters. Yeah. Ray, they're taking over. They're taking over. One time I call him Bob, absolute unit. The cat decided his shelves are too good for my wall. Oh my God, that's hilarious. That's awesome. All right, real quickly, I'm assuming those are the wings that are going to go underneath. No, they're not. The fuck? Oh, I see what's going underneath there. Okay. Take this thing apart. Start gluing this together. That door is going to be closed. There better be a part for having this thing closed. Yes. Good. Okay. Let's just do it. Send this tape here because I'll probably reuse it. Maybe not. Maybe use some other stuff. Fuck the canopy. Fuck all these little parts. Fuck it. Yeah. Screw the canopy. It's not worth it. Okay. I think now we're going to use this. 18 kilograms of a chunker. 18 kilograms? That's a chunky cat. Holy Christ. That's a chunky cat. Sorry, people, just give me a second here. Trying to get everything lined up. So the sat on the shelf, came crashing down, and proceeded to eat more food. Yeah, like, hey, I didn't do that. That's 3 raccoons in a trench coat. Yeah, sorry, I got to go, even though I have been for long. I hope everyone has a good day, beautiful day, everyone. And bye, George. Have a great day, night. And if I'm not on your next live, I'm sorry. No worries, Bonnie. Remember, Bonnie, you can pop in anytime, in and out, whatever makes sense for you. Not a problem. Have a lovely rest of your day. He looks like he ate them raccoons. I love it. Okay. I'm just going to go right down. God, I can barely see that. What kind of glue do you use for canopies or clear? I was thinking of trying clear PVA. Yeah, I just use PVA. The last time I did it, I haven't done many canopies, Peter, so I can't be the one to necessarily say it. There is a canopy glue out there, sure, but clear PVA or just PVA thinned down. Generally, I found that the last time I did it on the bat plane, it dried pretty clear. PVA works great. They do make a canopy glue that also works well. Yeah. Oh, mercy. Yeah, there's alignment issues on this thing. I can't tell if it's actually now starting to curve or not. We'll find out. Love him, though. He has some tendencies of being heat-seeking missile for stepping on my nuts. Oh, I love those. Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah, no worries, Peter. Yeah. Why is it the cats love to sit on your genitalia, right? It's like, really? And it's usually the heaviest of the cats that does it. There we go. Same reason they sit on laptops, warmth. Yeah, I guess. So, Peter, question. Does it sit on your laptop while you're working on it? Or do they just come over and, when you're not paying attention, that's when they sit on the laptop? That's funny. I'm back. Welcome back, Seb. Wow. It's like they have this primal urge to step on something that causes the most damage. Yeah, exactly. That's right. You know, you go into work the next day, right? And your boss is like, "Why the fuck did you send me that message?" And you're like, "What are you talking about? What? I got this message." It's like, "What are you talking about?" And you find out your cat accidentally was like typing away at the cat, accidentally typing away, and you're getting like email sent. He did, yeah. When you're in the middle of something. Excuse me, am I in the way? Apologies. I don't mean to be in your way, but get the fuck out of my way. Oops. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The fuck did you just send me? I didn't do it. Yeah, the alignment on this thing's interesting. It's got just a little bit of a left-leaning curve. Ugh, whatever. Flip. So you're floating around of a cat that fell asleep on the Z. So at what number did they finally stop? Like how many Z's were actually typed in? That's so funny. Obvious enough. I need to get back to my kids, but the garage is more of a storage space now. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I hear you on that. So, question, is it like storage for like everything in the house, like that you don't have room for in the house? It only flies in circles. Yeah, exactly. Oh God, yeah, dude. It's got like just a little bit of a curvature to it. I'm like, what the hell? I think at least it's kind of funny because I look around at my neighbors and I think a lot of us are sort of in that same position. It's a lot of the garages are now basically used for extended storage. I'd like to move away from that at some point because I'd actually like to use the garage for, oh, I don't know, putting a fucking car back into it. Drawing some painted model on shelf, massive open space besides, heck everywhere. And then the shelf proceeds to sit directly on the model. Ugh. Ow. Painted yellow and add some bruised spots. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I'm gonna do another pass on this thing in a little bit. Just want to get this thing done. I mean, this thing is going to be using quite a bit of Mr. Surfacer. Nice. Those lines don't line up. Those do. Those do. Those don't. Those do. Yeah, go figure. And I'm getting some sort of camo pattern. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this thing. I have no idea yet. None. In terms of paint finish. It is tempting giving them in a bit of a fuck you attitude when it comes to accuracy on, like, on paints, of doing something absolutely not like, your traditional green, brown kind of thing. Maybe do like a Mars camouflage type of a thing. Like, what if this plane were flying on Mars? I'd love. I'm a huge fan of 30s, 40s, 50s sci-fi. Which kind of, like, instead of having like a vacuum, space having a vacuum, space was more like what they call an ether, right? Which kind of gives you the impression that whatever laws of physics applied on Earth would apply to places like Mars. I'm currently reading a nonfiction book, but as soon as I'm done, I think I'm going to dive into and I've read it before. I read the first book. I haven't read the rest of the series. Doc Smith's Lensman series. And that kind of stuff where these spaceships are flying in ether kind of gives you the, you can think of them then more as they're flying. They're more like planes than necessarily what we would consider, interplanetary or interstellar spacecraft, the way we'd envision something like, on Star Wars or Star Trek or anything like that. And yes, Star Wars does not hold a candle to Star Trek. I'm going to keep saying it. Okay. There we go. And once that's done, I'll just I will hit it with what they call it, just a black paint interior. I'm just going to completely have the interior just be hidden entirely. Just don't care. And then the canopy, I'll probably on the inside just hit it with a bunch of smoke. Just, yeah, to me, a smoke or whatever it is, just a dark gray. Just continue to just feather it in until it really opaques without becoming. I mean, make it what, translucent, but like a thick translucency. At least in the 23rd century, every kid will know how to read. Yeah, it is funny when you think about it, right? Granted, the kid was always positioned to be a prodigy, but Wesley on the Enterprise, TNG, I mean, they were doing like particle physics like in high school. I mean, I'm going to take a guess here, at least here in the United States. I don't think most kids even know what the fuck physics is. Interestingly enough, I had a conversation with somebody recently. I'm going to not mention them because I actually have a lot of respect for them. But we're talking about what's going on, the crazy stuff that's going on in the world. And when I mentioned that, sort of like what we're seeing today is very reminiscent of some stuff that happened in Germany back in the 30s. And specifically, I mentioned, like what happened in Germany in, I think it was 36, with Kristallnacht and the brown shirts. She goes, "What's the brown shirts?" I'm like, "Hold it, you've never heard of brown shirts?" And this is a very well-educated woman. Now, our education is becoming very, very selective. I think we don't study enough history, that's for sure. But in any case, I was just fascinated by that. Oh, what brown shirts are? Are you kidding me? Like, you don't know what Kristallnacht was? Really? Oof, that's scary shit. My daughter, but she is different and may have held. I had quantum physics books in the library. Yeah. You better pull those aside, Joe, before they get taken away. Okay. We're good. I'm going to leave it be just like that. Now we'll start working on other parts of this thing. Let's see what that does. Well, I will say I'm pretty happy that I don't have to deal with that bullshit. Suppose I should have glued that part in. Don't even care. I'll figure it out. Don't even know where the hell that thing goes. B8. Back before we do any of that. Let's see how these things look. I would like to see them try. Yep. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen a flash have a nub have that much flash around it. That's a lot of flash. Wow. Oh my God, that's chunky flash. That is so much flash it did damage. Let's see if we can fix. We can fix. I want to see if we can fix. Of course we can fix. I made several kits. Zoids, Gurntula, MG Zeta Gundam, Verka. Nice. How was the Zeta? I'm kind of curious. Master Grade Hyakushiki. Love the Hyakushiki. More action-based system spaces. Moderoid, Voltron, RG 2.0. Ooh! RX-78. The real grade. How did you find the real grade, hobbyist? Super Mini Plod Daltonius. Daltonia. I can't even pronounce that, no, Joe. You got it right. The Flash has a part. Yeah, I think you might be right. Wow, that was wild. Let's get rid of some of this garbage. VZL 38 is about making same issues, yeah. You know, the funny part about it is, Joe, I in some ways, given the age of this model, I mean, this has got to be a 25, 20, 25? Yeah, I think this is a late 90s model. I'll have to take a look. I could be a little forgiving with some of this stuff, right? What's frustrating is when you deal with a newer model or something that was recently made, and you're like, how the hell did this thing pass muster, right? Sorry, disconnected. Bob decided the Wi-Fi router is sitting too peacefully. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Thanks, Bob. Yeah, I can be very forgiving of an older model, fit and finish, like even like this, I can kind of be like, all right, it's a small company. I think Special Hobbies is based out of the Czech Republic, Prague. I think we were looking at it last night. And it's got its challenges. It's a small production. Like I said, yeah, I can be forgiving. It's when you have a newer model like that Vespid T90 that it's like I don't understand. Or even worse, actually, the worst ones of the bunch. I'll tell you, anything by Moderoid, those I just don't understand. It's like, really. It's like, given the premium that you're paying for a lot of that stuff. It's like, I don't understand. Though I am getting to the point where I might want to pull out the, I've been thinking a little bit about it, particularly since Mason did his Gigantor, his Tetsujin 28. I've been thinking about pulling out the Giant Robo and just kind of working on that, finishing that off. Because I really love that model. I love the design, that aesthetic. And it's going to require quite a bit of finish work to get it looking good, but I think I could have fun with that. All right, see what we got here. Yuck. I said it again. Yuck. Once again, fit and finish is just really, it's trash. First of a copy is the best. Ain't that true? Ain't that true? All right, let's close that up. Put that right there. Let's put this guy back in here. Let's get this crappy part, which I now have got to go back to here. This is copy A. Yeah, there it is. So I do have a question. Is anybody currently working on a model? Or is everybody just kind of maxing and relaxing, gaming, trying to sleep, drinking coffee, working on rivets, watching fish? MG Easy 8 just now. Nice. Love it, Joe. Wrangling Bob back into his kennel. Get in the kennel. Got 100-pound lapdog on me while we watch you, Bill, kid, and record. Nick. I can't bring myself to do rivets. I can't. Dude, work on the little tank. Well, I mean, once you can get a 100-pound dog off you. Not yet. I'm waiting for an apparel to start my SD Rising for nice. So last night we had two of our members, husband and wife team, who did a snap assembly of a couple of SD Gundams. I think one was a an age 1 normal, and the other one was, I think, a strike freedom. I don't know. If it isn't UC, I'm kind of lost, right? That's a whole lot of cleanup to put that back on the bench. Yeah. Likely. A whole lot of cleanup. So they won a couple of small SD Gundam kits last weekend at Valleycon. They're like, well, let's assemble them and see what happens. Rue and Linda are both like amazingly good car modelers. Both have been award winners. They do fantastic work. They also do a little bit of armor and a little bit of other stuff too. It's their first Gundam, and they just snap these things together. And Linda turns to me and she just had some questions about, do I need to remove the seam line, that kind of thing. And I kind of describe, ultimately it's your model. You can do whatever you want with it, right? Simple yet very nice payoff. Are they? Yeah. When I get to when the Gundam podcast gets to that, I'll probably watch it and I'll figure out if I like the series or not, or if I want to build I shouldn't say whether I want to build a model from the series or not. In any case, so they snap together these things, and she's like, I want to pick up another one and try this and see if there's something I can do to this thing, because apply her techniques. Because I said, yeah, I'd love to see what you do to a Gundam and apply your your car finish work on it. I think that'd be really cool. So during the raffle, she won, and we had a bunch of different things on the table: cars, planes, Gundams, whatever. And she picked up a Gundam kit. So I'm kind of curious to see how she does. Well, nice. The show is passable. Yeah. That helicopter kit was building from the 60s, was killing me. I had to take a break. Yeah. There's something to be said about older kits. I'm not sure if it's because, Peter, I'm not sure if it's because we're spoiled or it's because I just don't have the bandwidth to be able to why do I want to fight a kit, right? Case in point here for you, case in point for you in that helicopter. So because now I've also got no directionality on this, I got to figure out. I have no fucking clue. This is the stupidest design. From your description now, I want to see what they do with Gundam kits too. Oh yeah, they're really good modelers. Like I cannot say good enough, and they're really nice people. So I'm curious to see, and what I like about them is that this is one of the things that makes, I think, the club that I belong to such a strong club. I've never said to anybody, you need to build this, you need to build that, and you have to build it in a certain way. In fact, given like what I described with Austin's tank last weekend, I take the opposite approach and get pissed when people are told how to build something or how you should finish something. Build something, enjoy it. It's all that matters. Life is short. Build a model, have fun. But yeah, very, very curious to see how they do. I can't even tell if that's sitting well or not. It's got to be the other way around. Hey, Keisha. What's going on, brother? Good morning. And I'm always fascinated when you see people who, cross the streams when they start with building one thing and they're like, I'm going to try something totally different. And they still use their background ability to build something. So like, Gundam people who might build something looking like, people who do armor and they try a Gundam, they build it looking like a piece of military gear, right? Morning, all. Morning, Kaysher. What's going on, brother? What's the good word? Premise is quite interesting. The main characters are 3 generations from the same family. Really? I kind of like that. Try and do a little something different. I was gonna say, fit and finish on this thing are a little lacking. Oh yeah. And that's just supposed to abruptly stop like that? That's kind of stupid. Well, I'll grind that down. Keisha, are you at work or are you home? Getting ready to start your day. At work again? Yeah. Well, I appreciate that you're popping in. It's always good to see you, man. It's always good to see you. I'm hoping that the workday will be peaceful. Peaceful. Okay. Got that in place. Gonna leave that like that. I think we got all that done. Try something out again here. Most of that's gonna be black, so nobody's gonna see that. Yeah, I don't really care. We're good. But I started a new model doing a 2022 Dodge Charger 125th scale. Oh, nice. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome, man. Is that like are you like what are you gonna do to it finish wise? Is there anything special? Are you gonna wire up the engine and all that other stuff, or is this gonna be a just paint and finish and be done with it? I am amazed at car modelers who actually spend that much time like wiring up engines. AMT, so I have to paint everything. Yeah. Oh yeah, an AMT. Oh god, yeah. Yeah, AMT. And does it come with chrome parts that you have to strip, or do you, or is it not chromed at all? Okay, I'm not going to do that. I have to paint everything. All right, let's start getting some wings done here. What the hell is that? Remove. What the fuck am I removing? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, fuck that noise. I'm not going to do that. Oh, sorry. I may kit bash it a bit to make it look more aggressive. Nice. Yeah, now I'm indecisive what color for the body. Might two-tone it. Ooh, that'd be cool. Yeah, a little kit bashing. So the instructions, even though this is bent, so I might have to do it anyway. The instructions say cut off literally the ends here. See where this get this pointy part? And instead add these parts to give it, I guess, a more rounded look. That might be the difference between, this is the Airacomet pre-production version. Hand painting the engine took about 2 weeks. Oh wow, yeah, I bet it did. How does it look though? You must be really happy with that. Ugh. This whole thing is yuck. I may saw it off. I may put those parts on, or I might just say, fuck it, I'm not going to. Though given that these parts are bent, it's almost like this thing took a blow. I may end up doing it. All right, let's get some wings assembled here, shall we? B3, B4. Of course, can't tell which one it is. Judy Flame, what are you building? I'm currently working on a really shitty 1/72nd scale special hobby Airacomet. I love the look of this plane. It literally looks like a, and it was designed this way. It was a very conservative design from what I've read. It was designed to look like a traditional prop plane, but with engines. Because they were designing it very conservatively. That's what I'm working on. But it's a terrible, terrible model. Let's see. It took about 2 weeks. Yeah. Are those the one with that knee glue? Oh, yeah. This is definitely a glue plane, which is fine. I actually prefer gluing models in general, even though I like building Gundams. I just generally prefer. Like when it comes to building, like fully finishing a Gundam, and I've talked about this before, but fully finishing a Gundam, please give me like one of the old MSVs. I love the old MSVs. They're just so much fun. Give me the old Macross kits. I glue Gundams too. Everything gets glue. Exactly. Everything gets glue. Everything gets glue. Oh God. These aren't even injection pin marks. They're just untrimmed injection pin pieces. Yuck. Everything gets glue. And once again, no alignment whatsoever. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll figure it out. Why? Because I'm George. I'm going to figure it out. And if not, I'm going to bend it to my will. This is going to be like the anti-Plasmo build, right? For anybody who follows Plasmo. And, you know, he'll go in and do like an amazing amount. He does 1/72nd scale for the most part. And does an amazing amount of detail inside of the cockpits. But I think he also has a choice of doing some really nice models, like working on really good models. crazy. Yeah, your amount of cockpit detail is lacking compared to plasma. Yeah. Loser. And somehow I'll be able to sleep like a baby tonight. G Plasma, just don't compare yourself to... No. Damn him. No. I can get inspired by him and push myself, but I'm not... I don't need to go there. Because I'll continue to push myself on everything. I have no problem with that. But I also want to finish stuff, and I want to just have fun doing it. Like, I'm actually looking forward to getting this thing done. Just paint it up. If I can actually manage it, I'd love to get this thing ready for next month. Bring it to the meeting, Patriot meeting. Comparison is the thief of joy. Yes, I would agree with you on that. Last night talking to Larry as we're driving back, I said, there was a guy at IPMS Nationals who didn't win whatever category he was in. This is just something I either read or I can't remember where I heard it from, but it was from somebody who had actually experienced this. He did not win. And what ended up happening was he was so upset for not winning, he took the model that he spent time bringing to nationals and threw it in the trash. Why? So what can be done, then just accept that it will not be the same. Yeah. But then again, Nick, at the same time, looking at your little chibi plane, I'm assuming that probably exceeded your expectations, right? So seeing what can be done, sometimes you do better and sometimes you don't. And that's okay too. Sometimes that's okay too. Oh, now I have what they call it, basically a locating pin. The fuck is that? It could just be a bubble in the plastic. Yeah, just a bubble in the plastic. Goodbye. Okay. I mean, at least in terms of construction, this plane will literally be together in no time flat. And it is very much possible that I could get this thing done in like a week. And then as I'm starting to do some other painting, like working on Misa Hayase, I might also paint this thing. We shall see. Yeah, I impressed myself with the rivets and gauges. Like, wow, when I sat back and saw it work how I hoped it would. Yeah. Isn't there like a certain amount of joy that comes from that when you look at something Nick, for me, it's the Spartan. When I look at that model all the time, I'm like, I did that. And I say that like in a way of just surprise, because it's like, it really pushed my bounds. And I'm assuming you feel the same way with your chibi plane. It's when you get to a certain finish and you're like, wow, I can and I did do that. That's a really powerful thing, right? It's a very powerful thing. C39. Fuck, do I know which is what? C. Sorry, guys. I'm actually just This really is. This is a heinous model. Just making sure I'm getting the right thing. Yeah, I've got those. I've got the. Yeah, there we go. I also like that the motor. You had to go there. You had to go there. Yeah, but all kidding aside, yes, I would agree with you. That motor came out. That's great when you get that motor to work like that. Nice. Bob hath decreed that his kennel is too structurally sound. Nice. So he is secured. Bob is secured. Nope, he broke out. What? So it is not too structurally sound. Oof. I have no idea why. No idea why this is. Let's get this thing cleaned up first, and then we'll do that. By breaking the kennel. Ugh. I thought about taking it to the Houston IPMS show in a month or so. I think you should. I think you should, Nick. That'd be great, man. Trash bags in the house. Hey, Austin, what's going on, brother? Good morning to you. Missed you last night. Missed you last night. How's the meeting? What's the group build? The meeting was really, really good. Not as large as last month, but not off by much. I think we had 34 or 35 people there. And the just fun time all around. We were there late. I mean, it's just every meeting just gets more and more, gets funnerer. In terms of the theme build, it's going to be animals. So annually we do a theme build. We just choose a theme, and then at our December meeting, we bring a model in based on that theme. And this year we're doing animals. I was really hoping for myths and legends too, but animals it is. Didn't miss by much. I think by 1 or 2 votes. But yeah, Nick, definitely go to the show. Oh man, I'd love to hear how you do there. There we go. All right. So by the way, how's things going, Austin? Are you guys down in Jersey? Or are you guys on your way to Jersey? Show opens up in what, like hour and a half, 2 hours? Visiting my Mason. Oh, I thought you were going down to the show too. I'm sorry, Austin. I apologize about that. You're in North Carolina. Okay, so you're in North Carolina. Spencer's in Virginia, and Rich and Mason are going down to Jersey for Mosquito Con. Got it. Got it. Loser. Anyway, hope you're having fun down there, brother. Okay. Ugh, wow. Wow. Okay. It doesn't even matter because I'm going to probably hack that part off. Stupid design. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Oh, this could be interesting. This part won't even fit here because you got a massive injection pin right there. So this part's literally supposed to slide in like so, but it doesn't fit because of the injection pin that's still there. Now, easy to remove, but it's like, really? Having fun. It's the South, so there's about 30 thrift stores, and Washington is gonna go model hunting. Nice. That's cool. Are you taking the kids with you, or are you going solo? Gotta take the kids. Hello. I love 120 grit paper or sanding sponges. Man, that stuff will go to town on anything. That thing's gone. Let's see if these things even align. They may not even. Bang. Bang. I think that's my belly grumbling like crazy. Okay, let's get this thing glued together. Here I am cycling through 400 for a straight bill. Here I'm cycling through 400 million, 800 and 1200 for a straight bill. Yeah. You shouldn't have to use. You shouldn't really have to use a lot of 120 unless you're doing some kind of custom stuff, but then again, I guess if you got a pretty shit model. Once again, no locating pins, so you have to get this thing aligned so well. What's a straight build? Exactly. Straight build my eye. Get my glasses on so I can see what the hell I'm doing. There we go. I actually like the way this looks. I might just keep these pieces on, just kind of fix them a little bit. I'm going to melt them a little bit into place. There we go. Hey, Richie. Good morning. It's for finish. Yeah, I need to find some wire mesh. It's the right size for some vent openings on the Falca. Yeah. I picked up like 4 or 5 different versions of it, really cheap on AliExpress a couple of years ago. It's coming very handy. Or Nick, the other thing is if you want to find something local, go take a look at a Walmart and see how a coffee filter might look like. One of those metal mesh coffee filters. I use that too. What's going on, Richie? How are you? Happy Saturday to you, my friend. Yeah, I might actually keep that on the way it is right now. I kind of like it. Hey, Anthony. What's the word? Good. Pardon my brain fart there. What's the good word, brother? What is it you're building today? I am working on part of the Kirk collection, and I'm working on the Airacomet. It is a terrible kit. Nothing much, just woke up. Yeah. Late night of carousing, I bet, right? Yeah, I'm just kidding with you, Richie. You know, I know that's not the case. Well, maybe it is the case. So what's the good word, Tony? How's things, man? I'm so over terrible kits. I just throw them together for my kids. Yeah. In fact, Austin, before you came on, I decided I'm not even going to work on the cockpit on this thing. It's a clusterfuck. So I'm just gonna, darken the canopy itself, paint the interior black, and just I don't care. Long work week, so just chilling this weekend. Yeah, nice. Any plans? Just chilling with your wife, hanging out. Gonna go see the boys. I was on Discord with the homies till late. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I love it. Richie, how many homies are on the Discord? Oh. Sorry, guys, just stretching a little bit. I do want to do a brief show and tell, by the way, before I do get too far. So, the IPMS USA Journal. So, if you're a member, you get the journal 6 times a year. What are you going to do to darken the canopy? I've heard of guys using Tamiya smoke. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to just spray smoke on the inside of it until it creates a nice thickness that you can't see inside. And then I'm going to paint the interior black and just call it done. Yeah. The canopy is the cockpit is just absolute shit. It's in its assembly. I just don't care. Awesome. Yeah. So the IPMS journal has been getting much. I take it back. I love when Chris Buchholz was running it. I think he did a fabulous job. It had a nice traditional feel. They've been doing some bang up work and making it better. Take a look at this cover, guys. This thing is absolutely incredible. That's the cover of the IPMS journal, the IPMS USA journal. Now, if you go inside, a lot of the models are very traditionally based, but the layout on this thing is really, really sweet. I'll just show this article real quickly. It's really nice. Like describing what the guy's doing to paint it. I like that they've given it sort of like they're really trying to make it like a little slicker. Yeah, the cover's great. Look, I believe very strongly, and in some ways I guess I've got to bleed IPMS now. If you're here in the US, or if you can get your hands on that thing internationally, become an IPMS USA member. The journal is worth the price of admission. It's like $30 for the year. And you get, do you get any benefits? Maybe not, but you get the journal. Look like my axe just get wow. Yeah. Anyway, fabulous work there. So I do, particularly for anybody who is either an IPMS member here in the US, or if you actually go to nationals, you're kind of almost like if you sign up to compete, you become a member. You have to be a member to compete. I can't figure out how to order the journal. It's not the IPMS website or Elise Nights. You can't order the journal. You have to become a member. Only members have access to the journal, and that's kind of like the perk. So, Austin, I can send you a link to it. Yeah, I can send you a link to it. It is cool. Okay, I got one wing done. Let's get the next one done. Oops, let's get, is there another one of those stupid pieces? Yes, got another stupid piece. Please, I just assumed I'm an IPMS. Yeah, IPMS at the local level and IPMS at the national level, two different memberships. I got to join too. Yes, indeed. As we're looking to bring more and more of this, this broadening the market space a little bit, shall we say. The one downside to it, I will just point this out, and here's the thing. I'm going to vilify every Gundam builder. Nobody posts a Gundam in this magazine, and that's not because the magazine doesn't want you to do it. It's because nobody who builds a Gundam submits. And when I asked Roannis, who's the guy he's the publications director, I said, so do you get anybody submitting for a Gundam build? He goes, no. So that's on the Gundam builders. Figure it the fuck out, guys, and get something in. They want articles. It's a scam paying to be IPMS twice. No, it's a scam. I'll show you scam. For the price of $1 a day, you can support your local plastic. Exactly, Joe. See, Joe gets it. Nick doesn't. Oh, why aren't you submitting? Be the change you want. Oh, I've submitted twice, and I've been published twice, and I'm working on my article now for the GM Canon. So, oh yeah. Trust me on this one, Austin. I'm on top of it. So here we got a car, a crane. Actually, the crane isn't even a real thing. The Witch, a German flak boat, an M3 tank, Dornier 335 with swastikas on it. Fucking yay. And a bison. So these are what appeared in this month's issue. Now, they're really nicely done, and I'm not vilifying. I'm not vilifying the modelers for what they submit by any stretch of the imagination. I'm going to treat myself to an egg sandwich. You know, that sounds kind of yummy. I'm getting a little hungry myself. I got about another 15 minutes, and then I'm going to bail and go get breakfast, sit down with my wife, enjoy a nice peaceful morning. We're submitting. I got your back. Nice. I don't know. You can always submit. There's also a members section, which is basically you don't have to submit a full article, but you can submit a couple of photos and a little blurb of stuff that you're working on. This is going to hunt you down for sharing the secret design to us. Oh, of course. Yeah. I don't know. Dude, I actually copied my articles and they're on my website. Well, not my sister's website. So if anybody wants to read about the Spartan or the Glouge, both of those are available. I can't tell if that's a light. I don't really care. In fact, I really don't care. Joe, it would be nice to see a pink tank on the cover. Oh, 100%. There's just not enough pink tanks out there, if you ask me. Starting to look like old school Hobby Japan magazine. Yeah. In fact, it's actually starting to look, better than some of the stuff that's more professionally published. Change the culture. That's what we're working on. And the funny part about it is that if you talk to the IPMS, and I've said this many times, you talk to the IPMS national leadership, they want the change. Some of them just don't know how to get there. But not knowing that you don't know is a good first step, right? But others are like, they're pushing for it. That's why the journal has taken on a different look to make it a lot more accessible to a market that really doesn't read journals, right? Was there a little? I'm going to just blast it. Yeah, fuck it. I'll blast this one too, because I just don't care. It's my model. I can do whatever the hell I want with it. But I will challenge on one thing. I don't think it's about changing the culture as much as it is embracing additional parts of the culture. It's that whole embracing part that I think is important. There we go. Yeah, because I'll be 100% honest. I don't really want to see traditional modeling go away. I love it. I mean, I'm working on a plane right now. I've worked on tanks. I love armor. I love it all. I love figures. It's like I said, it's more the embracing. I didn't get the other one. It's embracing more stuff, more wargaming stuff, more Gundam stuff, mecha stuff. It doesn't matter what the model is. I gotta get going. Have a good one, Space Noise. See you on the flip. Sounds good, Joe. Hit the thumb. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it. Hey, Joe, have a great Saturday. Enjoy the day. Oof, that was close. Let's rip that part off. Go. I'm just gonna take this off because this injection pin's in the way. There we go. Done. Still a stupid design. I see more to the military crowd's inability to accept art without a history lesson. Yeah. And Austin, the only thing I would say to that is I'm okay with that. I'm okay with them building what they do. I agree with you that they're going to have to be a little bit more embracing, that they have to look beyond just, and this has always been the thing, are we doing a craft or are we doing art? You know, of course, you know me, I err on the side of we're working on art. But I understand that they look at it from, you know, they look at it from the craft perspective. I don't think and I think that is starting to change, and certainly within our organization it's definitely changing. Or at least accepting. It's not changing, it's accepting. You know, I think that's the thing. It's like I'm not looking to I guess I would say I'm not looking to change minds. I'm looking to get minds to accept that there's other things beyond what their limited view is. Give me what they want. I'm not telling people to build like that, but I don't want to be told what to build like. Yeah, exactly. And that I agree with 100%. And that's why it's like I said, it's less about change than it is about acceptance. Unfortunately, I think we're in a world, and this kind of goes back to so many different things. We're currently living in a world where if we don't agree, you're asking me to change how I am and who I am, and that's not right. And it's like I'm not asking you to change. I'm just asking you to be tolerant. I'm asking you to be accepting. And Austin, please, I want to say by you, I'm not saying you personally. I'm just saying one. Right now we're living in a world where and this is and I think scale modeling is a microcosm of it. I think it's a place where, you know, any disagreement is automatically assumed to be an affront. And that's not the way it is. That's not the way it is. You know? I'm not saying because, hey, I want to build my tank and paint it pink is not a slap in your face of how dare you do that. That's not what a real tank would look like. It's like it's not a real tank, it's a plastic toy. But like I said, we're currently in a world that doesn't accept that. You know, disagreement is automatically assumed to be an affront. And that, my friends, is the road to destruction. Build it my way. Yeah, exactly, Nick. Exactly. But like I said, we're living in a world right now which is basically saying if you don't agree with me, you're wrong. You're not that you're wrong, that you are um that um you are assaulting my beliefs. Disagreement is now an assault. And like I said, in scale modeling, this is just the microcosm of it. There we go. Oh, baby, and peach pudding a cup. Yo, recently got into bootleg gunplay, and I'm telling you, it's not looking good for Bandai. Oh, I've heard the same. Yeah. In fact, a good friend of mine, Wolfie, welcome. How are you? A good friend of mine picked up the 1/60th scale monument, which looks like it's basically a what they call it, a tall geese. And he was like, first of all, for the money and the quality, he goes, this thing is off the chain incredible. It's David. Hey, it's Bud. What's going on, Bud? David. So yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Now, I think Bandai is also getting better with each model that they're introducing. Though I do think I will say the Bolnuk Saman was a little bit of a disappointment, only for one reason. That is like really it used polycaps because they seem to have been moving away from that. But yeah, I totally agree. I completely agree. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna cut the ends off on this thing. I kind of like the way this looks better. I'll see what the flap looks like on here, but I will likely end up keeping it just as is. Anyway, welcome, David. What's going on, brother? How's things? Ooh, shit, that was close. That almost got a fingerprint. I do not want to get a fingerprint into the top. And David, forgive me for saying this just because I know a lot of Davids. Which David are you? What was your Instagram handle? Or what is your Instagram handle? There we go. No fingerprints. Wing 2. I got a bootleg of the HG RX-78-2 Origin version and HG GM Spartan and HG Infinitus, which is red. Which looks good, and yes, it may not have the quality control, but better price. Oh yeah, at $8, I know. That's where I think Bandai is going to be coming down pretty hard on this. David, okay, yes, cool, good seeing you, David. Yeah. Oh, that stuff is I'm seeing a lot of that stuff, like especially for P Bandai stuff being reprinted. Like you can get yourself like a goof flight type for like $10. Good luck trying to find the original one for that. Okay, got that done. I'm not putting any of the jet part of this thing on until, oops, I guess you had a momentary blip out. Yeah, I'll do the drop tanks later. That's nice. You're supposed to drill out the holes for the drop tanks. Fuck that. Anyway, okay, we're in a good place. I'm going to stop right now, guys. Yeah, I'm going to call it a session. All right, so this model is shit. Not going to lie. It's a pretty crappy model, but it is fun. I think it'll come out pretty okay when it's done. It'll come out. I got 2 Gundams at ValleyCon. Yeah, from turn 4, yeah, for $18, both newer kits. Deals are out there, yeah, especially for stuff like that. Let me see. This is the Airacomet from Special Hobby, and it is a really bad model. I'm not working on the cockpit. I've said screw the cockpit, but the wings so far, they're all assembled. Just gonna have to do some cleanup work and get them onto the plane. That'll be fun. Oh, I see. Oh, God. Yeah, there's not even a fucking locating pin on that. Oh, that'll be entertaining. Ooh, that's going to be interesting. Well, we'll see how it goes. In the end, it'll be what it is. No cockpit. No cockpit. No cockpit on this one. And yeah, I felt horrible at the first because I was afraid of people being like, oh, you're not supporting the actual people. And I was like, dude, I'm trying to support myself and enjoy my hobby. Yeah. Hey, I get it. I get it. You know, if Bandai wants to shut that down, great. And if they don't, fine. Oof, I can be tricky, but I made a cockpit out of a tampon. A tampon? Wow. That's going hardcore. I was going to say that's going deep, but I think I'll stop with that. All right, and with that, my friends, we're calling it a morning session. Stay safe and stay sane, everybody. Thanks for being on this morning. I do appreciate it. As always, just like one of the best ways of starting a day. Coffee in hand, building a model, chatting with the Am fam. Came out great. Much love. Nice. I love it, David. So, guys, go out there and do good. Brighten the world as much as you possibly can. It is getting nuttier, crazier, shittier. I don't know what it is. It is down is up, left is right, black is white, in is out. It's whatever you want to call it. It is crazy. So go out there and make it better. Brighten somebody's world. Make somebody's day just that much nicer. Okay? Don't beat people up. Do nice by people. Enjoy the day. Love you all, and I'll catch you tomorrow morning briefly. Peace.